And Andy, I love the approach that you're looking at here in terms of how you're analyzing this data, because so many times, we're looking for what are the products or what is the exact gift that's maybe winning the holiday season. But in fact, Andy, you took it a little bit different way. Which you looked at which service providers or which stores, which one is getting the most traffic. And I think that might make it a far easier game for investors to play.
Yeah, I think so too. So what we wanted to look at, purchase intent comparison among all of these players as we head into the holiday shopping season. Of course, like you mentioned, normally things really kick off on Black Friday weekend, but this year is different. We've seen a significant pull forward effect. A lot of like Evelyn, the tweet that Evelyn highlighted was really on point for what we're seeing. There's a lot of people talking about they're already going to be done with their Christmas shopping in November. So by Black Friday, it might be a little late. But up to this point, what we wanted to look at is, who's really winning that consumer wallet as people start this holiday shopping season. So we looked at the 30-day moving average of purchase intent mentions year over year for several companies. And really what you see here, I think, is very interesting. I was real excited to come on the show today because we're able to share with you that the two biggest winners look like Shopify and Etsy, and those are platforms for individuals to go on and sell their own wares, set up their own company, and for other users or shoppers to purchase a lot of times from from a peer-to-peer perspective, or in Shopify's case, a lot of huge brands are using Shopify's platform to set up their digital presence. And so those platforms seem to be winning really big, with Walmart and Target really actually outperforming traditional retailers and Amazon. And I thought that was also another big takeaway from our data, is that the competition from Walmart and Target from a direct to consumer, from an online perspective, also starting to really ramp up. And those were the two trends that I really saw coming out of our data in this early shopping data. I do think that we do see a significant pull forward. So a lot of it's already in the bag in terms of holiday shopping. And it looks like platforms are starting to win in a big way. And Amazon's competition from Walmart and Target has gotten very, very real, as we see online transaction mentions up 53% and curbside pickup mentions up tenfold over last year. So it's a totally different game this year than a bunch of people busting into a store and running to the back for the flat screen TV deal.
Andy, the early story on Amazon's competitiveness with other companies is they attacked you if you had high margins, and they attacked you if you were the middleman, right? How are these companies like Shopify, Etsy, how are they growing like this? What are they doing? What are they attacking to get to the market share that these two companies are getting to? What is their niche, I guess?
Well, their niche really is the diversity of offerings that come online. And so these companies benefit. Shopify and Etsy, they don't have to figure out what's going to be hot. They don't have to figure out what products to carry. They let their user base determine that, and they let that ecosystem determine the winners and losers. And they simply take a portion of what's going on as a platform provider. And so they're opening up the world. You see it also in eBay. So a really different approach, whereas Walmart, Target, and Amazon, I think, really do go head to head. There's this new emerging sector, and I say new, it's new in terms of its impact on a holiday season, and that is, Shopify, Etsy, eBay. These places are allowing people to set up their own direct-to-consumer experiences and not rely on getting their goods and wares into the Target or Amazon of the world, which can be pretty tough.
Andy, two questions. First off, on kind of the comparison, because obviously we're comparing year over year numbers for these companies. How much are Walmart, Amazon, and Target, just to separate those three out, victims of their own success? I mean, we know Amazon's dominated this space, one of the world's biggest companies. I believe the number was it's up 15% year over year. It's just difficult just from the sheer scale, right, of a company the size of Amazon to grow 119% year over year. That 15%, while much smaller than Shopify, is still respectable, correct?
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely is. I think that the major takeaway here is the trend, and that is that Walmart and Target doing, seeing the growth that's larger than Amazon, and most of this is online. So I think that
Mm-hmm.
Walmart and Target's direct-to-consumer online presence has been, really successful. Another key takeaway that I hate even mentioning because it makes me so angry, is that the one thing you don't see on this chart is the boutique down the street or the sandwich shop down the street, the small business, where I think if we
Right.
plotted that, it would be -50 or -70%. And so
Mm-hmm.
you really see a massive shift from the consumer, by essentially by force a lot of times away from those small businesses that Evelyn highlighted and into the big multinational conglomerates like Target, Walmart, and Amazon, who are just collecting all those customers as quickly as they can.
I think it really highlights the importance of companies like Shopify and Etsy that allow kind of that transition from the old school small business into kind of the new school small business where they're more e-commerce focused as opposed to maybe traditional brick and mortar. Andy, final question here though. I don't know if it was you or Landon, but an analogy that you guys have often brought up has been kind of, you could go back to the olden days during the gold rush, that you didn't necessarily want to invest in the gold or the miner themselves, but you wanted to invest in the company that sells the pickaxe. In a way, is this the modern day pickaxe when you're investing in a company like Shopify or Etsy? You're investing in kind of the vessel that allows you to take advantage of holiday shopping.
Absolutely. You nailed it. I would throw Square into that category. It's enabling a lot of transactions that previously were very difficult to get approved for small businesses. And so I do think that those platforms are definitely the big winners. I mean, you look at Shopify and Etsy stock, you can see that this isn't totally new news, but it is a trend that is underway. And I think that what we're seeing as we go into this holiday shopping season is kind of just the stamp of approval of the consumer that this is for real, that we are ready to shop at these places. It doesn't have to be about what Walmart, Target, and Amazon offer us anymore. We are ready to see what others can provide us, and kind of may the best business win. May the best business win the consumer, no matter what the size of that offering is.